Scandal Squad, welcome back to the channel, Celebrity Scandalous. How you guys doing today? How did everybody's day go? Can you guys hear me okay? Y'all know I be having technical difficulties. So can you guys hear me? Y'all know I got to get myself set up because I be kind of forgetting how to do some of this stuff. But anyway, how's everybody doing? How was your day today? What's going on? Anybody have any grievances? Anything that you need to get off your chest? Did somebody piss you off at work and we need to talk about it? How is your day going? Happy Monday, you guys. It is we've been having some beautiful weather out here in California. It's just so nice. It's actually got my allergies kind of kicking up. But anyway, we are going to be talking about let's see. Hey, Most Hated Bronze, welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining. Do me a favor, you know the rules. Hit that like button when you come in if you don't mind. Thank you for coming. So tonight we're going to be talking about what's been going on. Like, I think last week you guys remember all that drama that was going on. And can you guys hear me? Just drop a 1 in the chat if you can. And if you haven't had a bad day, good day, or anything you want to talk about, drop that in the chat too, so we can talk about that before we start talking about everybody else's business. Thank you, Most Hated. I appreciate that. So, y'all, anybody got anything to complain about? Okay, no. Okay, let's go. Let's roll. So, last week, you guys remember the whole situation with Jess Hilarious and Loren Lorosa, all the drama and everything. When Jess got pissed and came on, went public and was talking about stuff, with Loren Lorosa, the fact that she had gone on maternity leave, came back, Loren is sitting in her chair and all that drama, right? So a lot of us felt like, well, I know I did, because I did a live like that night. I did a live and I said, y'all, let's see if her badge works the next day. Because remember, she said, I don't even know if my badge is going to work after she did her rant. And a lot of us, I understand her frustrations. As a woman, you want to have a family, you have a baby and all of this stuff. And she's in the entertainment field. It's so competitive. You cannot just assume that, when you leave your post, your chair, that, somebody ain't going to come for your spot. It happens all the time. In the corporate realm, I'm in corporate, not that. Same thing. You at the top of your A game, you this, you that. But there's the next young chick ready to take your place. And it's unfortunate because I don't think men have to deal with the same things, right? So a lot of us, women were divided. Of course, people were saying that the men were pitting the women against each other. They like to see the women fight and all of that. But I feel like, first of all, Jess should not have come to the public and did her rant. That's an HR issue. Do you guys remember the same thing happened with Soul, that show with Armand Wiggins, Claudia Jordan, and Al? Remember that? And remember how they brought that to the front? They brought that out to the media, that this HR started talking about stuff that was happening behind the scenes, and the show ended up getting canceled. Of course, that's not going to happen here with the Breakfast Club. This is a major brand. This is a major, network and everything. This show has been on forever. So, of course, that wasn't going to happen. But was Jess's job in jeopardy? Absolutely. Like, you don't get to come online and start ranting about HR stuff. I don't care what kind of profession you're in, what kind of job you have. Companies don't like that. Like, you're showing the cracks in the agency. People invest in these organizations, companies, all of that, ad revenue, everything. So you just don't bring it to the public. Like, who do you think you are? And no disrespect, because I'm a woman, I understand her stance, but it's the way of the world. It is business. It is business. Somebody comes in, sits in your seat, they can take your spot. Another thing that I mentioned when we were talking about Jess was the fact that, if y'all remember, well, a lot of you guys probably don't remember because you're probably, a little too young to remember. But when Wendy Williams, actually, I don't. But anyway, Wendy Williams, excuse me, when she was on maternity leave, or she was having some issues with her pregnancy, She actually did her broadcast from her bed. I think she was at WBLS at the time. I could have the radio station wrong. Maybe I have the wrong station, but Wendy was broadcasting from her bed. So that just goes to show you, listen, if you want your job, you want your spot, you got to work for it. Nothing is going to be given to you. So anyway, a lot of us thought Jess was going to be. Let me see. Can I hear myself? Okay. Yep. Okay. A lot of us thought Jess was going to be fired. Well, to be honest, I still feel like at some point when they're up for contract renegotiations, I don't believe that her contract is going to be renewed. I just don't think so. But we'll have to wait and see. So anyway, okay, y'all. After all of that beef last week, this rah back and forth, what happens today? They announced that Loren Lorosa is getting her own show, and yeah, I think it's on iHeartMedia. So we're going to talk about that. But isn't that interesting? So I feel like they really played Jess. I feel like they gaslighted. I feel like they were gaslighting her when DJ Envy and Charlamagne were trying to say, oh, we come to your defense and we support you and all of that. I feel like, even though I feel like that, I feel like she brought it on herself, though. You don't go bringing corporate office issues online, period. Like these jobs now, they look at your social media profile to see what type of person you are. So you just don't go. And then Jess Hilarious is a huge name. So anything that she's ranting about is going to be viral for the most part, especially since, Corey Holcomb had said what he said. So I just feel the way she handled it was wrong. I mean, I know we get pissed, we have issues, whatever, but I feel like it's going to leave, and it has left a bad mark for HR because now they got to clean it up. So everybody was saying Jess was going to be fired. Okay, she's not fired as that we know of. However, they done gave Loren Lorosa, in my opinion, a promotion because now she is going to be on another show. It sounds like she's still going to be doing the Breakfast Club, and she has something else, which speaks to the fact that they were saying Loren Lorosa is a better commentator. She's a journalist and all of these things. So I feel like, I don't know. I'm sure this was already planned, but the fact that Jess went out there and, made this whole HR issue, I feel like they expedited it and like, okay, Jess, since you want to play games, we got games for you. How about this? Loren is going to get her own show. So let's get into this article, you guys. It says, so this is Loren Lorosa. You guys, if you remember last week, this is the young lady she was going back and forth with. Beautiful girl, smart, articulate, everything. It says the Breakfast Club's Loren Lorosa announced her own pop culture podcast. Ain't that a kick in the ass for Jess Hilarious? It's like you done took over her little segment. Now you got your own pop culture podcast, which is great for Loren. But I feel like, see how Hollywood is? This is not necessarily Hollywood, but the entertainment industry, they gonna make her pay. It's gonna be a slow burn because now, we didn't fire you, but we gonna make it so hard for you, you're gonna wish you were fired. I'm not anti Jess Hilarious. I really just feel the way she handled it screwed herself. I really do. And for those of us that are from the old school, we know, baby, when you in these positions, you got to be very strategic in how you move. You don't get up on social media and pop off. It would be great if that's the kind of world it was, but this is the real world. They don't give a fuck about you. You can be replaced. You are DJ Envy and Charlamagne been on there for years. They have tenure, ma'am. You don't, But anyway, it says she announced that she her own pop culture podcast, The Latest Tea with Loren Lorosa. Trust me, to me, this is a kick. This is really a bad look for Jess Hilarious because they said this girl wasn't qualified and all of this, and now they're just boosting her up. iHeartMedia and Charlamagne the God's Black Effect Podcast Network announced the release of Loren Lorosa's upcoming podcast. Y'all, let's even pause for a moment. It says iHeartMedia, so that's the corporate side, and Charlamagne the God. That's her co-worker, their peers on the show, right? why is it part of hit? Why did he at some point make Jess Hilarious part of Charlamagne the God's Black Effect Podcast Network? Why didn't they give her the opportunity? Why didn't they give it to both of them? Okay, are you guys following where I'm going with this? This is like a humiliation ritual. It is a humiliation ritual. Loren Lorosa is stepping into her own spotlight. Today, the Power 105.1, The Breakfast Club producer, announced the upcoming launch of her new podcast, The Latest with Loren Lorosa, created in collaboration with iHeartMedia and Charlamagne the God's Black Effect Podcast Network. Why didn't they invite Jess to be part of that? Jess Hilarious. She's been, as far as I know, employed with them. You know, she's been working with Charlamagne just as long. I know she was on, her medical leave, but her maternity leave. But why didn't they offer her the opportunity? Don't y'all think that's a little upped up? I mean, that's gaslighting when they was telling her, oh, we think you're so wonderful. You have a place here, you this. Y'all didn't put her on the new show. The show will be an extension of her popular segment on the morning show where she breaks down all the latest pop culture. There you go. Pretty much putting her in a superior position over Jess Hilarious. That is an affirmation. Pop culture moves fast, and I want to give listeners a smart and straight to the point take on what's happening every single day, Lorosa said in a statement on Instagram. Whether you're a pop culture junkie or just trying to keep up, this podcast is your front row seat to the conversation. And podcasting is huge now. Like all of these companies and these, social media outlets, podcasting is huge. Why didn't they offer Jess Hilarious that opportunity? That's all I'm saying. Let me see. While many recognize her role on The Breakfast Club, Lorosa has a history in the media industry with experience at TMZ, BET, and Fox, which has helped her build a loyal fan base. This isn't her first time stepping out independently either. Lorosa is also the founder of Brown Girl Grinding. So that's another thing. A creative marketing, broadcast media, and production company dedicated to making an impact in the community, culture, and content through digital media, fashion, television, film production, event curation, and brand strategy. Now, the day after they had that big powwow with Loren and Jess, I noticed how Loren wore like a shirt. It was like it had some like logo on it, and I can't remember verbatim. I meant to copy it, but I forgot. It was something like Black Girl Grinding, bougie, intelligent. So it was a subliminal, for sure. It for sure was a subliminal. It was like saying, I don't, I'm classy. I keep something like that, which clearly made you think about the way Jess went in her rant the day before. And so I feel like Loren is constant. I mean, there's a tension between them, period. I don't think it's ever going to go away. I mean, they had that back and forth on The Breakfast Club, like they were trying to squash the drama, but the drama is not going to be squashed. It's sometimes with coworkers and people like that, you cross a certain line, we got beef forever. They got to work together. And I think Jess is going to end up leaving. I just do. If they don't renew her contract, they're just going to treat her in such a way that it's just going to make it hard for her to even want to be there. Just like giving this girl this show. I mean, basically, they're telling her she's a cut above you, Jess. You know what I'm saying? You still got your little role here, but this woman is wearing dual wigs, okay? She got the podcast. She's a producer, and she's talent. This is a mess, in my opinion. The article goes on to say, now with Monday through Friday, you'll be getting bite-sized news exclusive, she said, while announcing the news on the radio show. People are probably like, well, you do that at the Breakfast Club. So what's about to happen now? The podcast is going to be more detailed. On the podcast, which is giving her more visibility. On the podcast, there will be stories that we might not talk about at the Breakfast Club. You'll get to know me a little bit better. So they're expanding her. They are promoting her. And every now and then I'll bring in a friend or two for bonus episodes. It's going to be a good vibe. It's like she's literally getting a show. I'm not going to say on the level of like a Wendy Williams, but they're really promoting her. And I feel it's at the detriment of Jess Hilarious. This is going to be a stain for Jess Hilarious for a minute. She's going to have to work hard to overcome this. Corey got her off her square and she spoke out. She said she's been wanting to do it, but it was after Corey Holcomb came and made them comments that it got in her head. And I understand, but sometimes you have to zip it and just be strategic and think about what you're going to do and how you're going to move. Ma'am, you are making money. So not only did you put your current position in jeopardy, you're also letting your brand, you're letting forecasting for other people when they want to bring you onto a project to say, I don't know about her, because if we have a problem, she gonna take it to the media. She gonna take it to the public. And we don't want that. Most companies don't. Even with YouTube, there's certain topics they don't want us, they won't pay us if we discuss because it's not advertiser friendly. So bringing drama to the job is not economical for the company. So it says recently, Lorosa and the Breakfast Club co-host Jess Hilarious had an on-air exchange after Jess expressed frustration about how the show handled her return from maternity leave. I totally know that. Any woman that's had a child, we understand we lose critical months, years, career traction when we have kids because we're out. It's hard. I mean, I wish they could do something better, but there's a way that you have to handle it in the way that she did. I don't know. During the discussion, the comedian shared her disdain for Lorosa's takeover of her previous segment, Jess with the Mess, which highlighted the latest pop culture news. Despite the tensions, Lorosa will remain on the radio show while also working on her podcast. I mean, she's one-upped her, period. She's trumped her, period. Y'all, and she's the producer, because remember she said you guys are my talent. So it's like not that she runs it, because I don't know how high a producer could be, a lot of different things, but basically it's like I produce your talent, chill out. And now I'm talent as well. I wear too many hats up in here. Y'all, I got my own show, Lorosa captioned on an Instagram post, a podcast extension of what I'll also continue bringing on Breakfast Club AM Daily. And it says it's the latest with Loren Lorosa, and it's set to launch March 35th. So I guess that's next week sometime. So you guys, let me see. Susie Q says Loren is, I think she, like at first, and hey, Susie Q, welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining. Y'all, now I will say, at first I was kind of neutral. I mean, I'm still neutral. I don't have no dog in the fight. But when I was watching them kind of have the exchange that day, I noticed that she was kind of, it was little subtle, like, she said, she made the comment like, well, I'm the producer and your talent. Or she was like, because I didn't know that. I mean, we didn't really know her role. We didn't know her title, but she kind of let it be known. And then, like I said, the next day when she came on and she had the shirt and it was like, classy girl, grinding, always bougie. It was just like, girl, you speaking directly to, Jess, we feel what you're saying. And because we've worked with women like that, right? It's like, girl, we catch the shade for real. But anyway, you guys, here is, this is what she said. Let me share this tab. And this is what was posted today.
Just broke a story that the latest with Loren Lorosa is set to premiere on iHeartMedia and Charlamagne the God's Black Effects podcast network. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Charlamagne, thank you. So I have a podcast that will be launching. Thanks, Jess. That'll be launching on March 31st. It is a daily entertainment news and trending podcast. I want to take a listen to the trailer so y'all can understand what I'm about to be giving.
Oh, y'all got a trailer already?
Period. Celebrity drama. Drew Sidora, they're giving us the vibe as if she's dating Portia's ex.
Oh my God.
Check. Music, movies, and viral moments. Gabrielle Union came out and said that she was doing 50-50 with Dwayne Wade. I have that audio just in case you didn't remember, so let's listen to that. Check. Exclusives. Come on, y'all. Y'all know I got that over here.
whatever Lauren says, Lord, yeah.
The show with all the hot takes, zero filter. Welcome to The Latest with Loren Lorosa. I'm Loren Lorosa, and I'm going to be bringing you guys where pop culture meets personalities. And over here, baby, we are doing all the things. Give me my tens, because we're going to have a good time.
Come on.
So it's a daily podcast.
Daily, yep. Monday through Friday, you'll be getting bite-sized news, exclusives. And people are probably like, well, you do that at the Breakfast Club, so what's about to happen now? So this is
more details,
more extension. There will be stories that I'll talk about on the podcast that we might not talk about in the room.
Might not get to.
Yeah, you'll get to know me a little bit better. And every now and then I'll bring on a friend or two, bonus episodes. Like it's going to be a good vibe. So
what wig you wearing?
Well,
I did ask that question.
No, he did.
For the cover.
He asked for the cover. He said, wig. Yeah.
What wig was it?
I don't know. I ain't seen it.
The bob is in my my show art. You know, the bob is not a wig. But Mahogany Brown, who I'm wearing right now, she'll make some appearances. And then we have some other girls that'll be joining us because we launch on the 31st. March 31st is the first episode drop.
Okay.
Everywhere you listen to podcasts. And on YouTube, Loren Lorosa TV, you'll see some visuals. So we'll be switching it out for the girls. Okay.
Congrats.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that is The Latest with Lauren.
Essence just broke a story that The Latest with Loren Lorosa is set to premiere on iHeartMedia and Charlamagne the God's Black Effects podcast network. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Charlamagne, thank you. So I have a podcast that will be launching. Thanks, Jess. That'll be.
So isn't that interesting that she announces the podcast and who does she say? Charlamagne, thank you. Now, how do you guys think that made Jess feel? Now, Jess was there when she made the announcement. And so apparently they said that Jess did, congratulate her. I would listen. It's hard not to be salty with stuff like that at the work. It's certain, like if you can have a friendly competition with, friends and peers and stuff where it's not competitive. You wish the best for them. I mean, you don't wish nothing bad on them, but sometimes like at the workplace, they pit you against each other and you're in such close proximity. It's hard not to feel something. I mean, you're human. So, I could see Jess sitting there with how they have been bashing her with fans and everything, talking about she can't read and all of this. And now this girl gets this promotion after she said the girl stole her spot. I mean, come on now. It's got to feel a little crunchy, right? So they're saying that Jess Hilarious did congratulate her. I don't know. I didn't hear it, but in another video, I saw the person did say, that she congratulated her. So there was another video that I wanted to share. Now, there may be some overlap, but this is on her page. And it says, y'all, I got my own show, a podcast extension, and what I'll continue podcast extension of what I'll also continue bringing on the Breakfast Club. But it says, but God, after making waves with her sharp commentary and inside scoops on Power 105.51 at Breakfast Club AM, Loren Lorosa is stepping into her own spotlight. Known for her standout segment, The Latest with Loren Lorosa, I think it used to be Jess with the Mess, but then, she got the segment. The rising media maven is expanding her empire with a brand new daily podcast of the same name, set to launch March 31st on iHeartMedia and Charlamagne the God's Black Effect podcast. So he has partnered with iMedia to give her an opportunity that he didn't give to Jess with the Mess. From viral buzz to must-watch TV and Hollywood headliners, Loren is bringing her sharp, unfiltered voice directly to your earbuds every single day. It says, podcast will be produced by Taylor Made. It the baddest in the game. Thank you a million times, Charlamagne the God and Black Effect. So she's right there letting us know Charlamagne had a lot to do with it. Why wasn't he helping Jess with the Mess the same way? Interesting, right? Anyway, this is what she posted. So we just saw what they played at the Breakfast Club. Now let's listen to what she posted. Uh-oh. Where's my sound? Where's the sound, girl? Here we go with the drama. Y'all, I can't find. Now, where's the damn sound? I just had it a minute ago. Hold Hold on. Girl, where is the sound, baby? Let me see. You guys know I've been having issues with my laptop, but I was working on it today and I thought I had fixed it. I don't know why the sound is not playing on this one. Let me go back here. So it's playing there. Um, hmm. I don't know. So anyway, maybe it's the same one. I thought it was a little different, but it looks like maybe it's the same thing that they showed previously. But see, it's slightly different. But maybe it's just the visual because it's not giving me no sound. So anyway, that's the little thing that she posted on her Instagram. She's getting her own show. And so since it's not playing, let's go to this video right here. We're going to share this instead and listen to. Shout out to Hype Plus. He did a quick little video on it. It's going to recap some of the stuff that I've already talked about, but let's take a listen to.
Loren Lorosa is here to stay, as it was just announced on Monday morning that the journalist and host will be taking her segment, The Latest with Loren Lorosa, to the podcast world. The news will be announced this morning by Lorosa and her Breakfast Club co-hosts.
Bite-size news, exclusives, and people are probably like, well, you do that at the Breakfast Club, so what's about to happen now? So this is
more details,
more extension. There will be stories that I'll talk about on the podcast that we might not talk about in the room. Yeah, you'll get to know me a little bit better, and every now and then I'll bring on a friend or two bonus episodes. Like it's going to be a good vibe. So
what wig you wearing?
Well,
I did
it
ask that
depends.
question.
No, he did.
For the cover.
He asked for the cover. He said it was wig. Yeah.
What wig was it?
I don't know. I ain't seen it.
The bob is in my show art. You know, the bob is not a wig. But Mahogany Brown, who I'm wearing right now, she'll make some appearances. And then we have some other girls that will be joining us because we launch on the 31st. March 31st is the first episode drop.
Okay.
Everywhere you listen to podcasts, and on YouTube, Loren Lorosa TV, you'll see some visuals. So we'll be switching it out for the girls. Okay.
Congrats.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that.
According to an exclusive sent to Essence, the show is set to launch March 31st on iHeartMedia and Charlamagne Tha God's Black Effect Podcast Network. Loren is bringing her sharp, unfiltered voice directly to your earbuds every single day. The Latest with Loren Lorosa podcast will give fans even more access to her unique POV in bite-sized daily episodes that deliver the news with clarity, edge, and heart. Now, news of Lorosa's show comes just days after she and co-host Jess would appear to be at odds over Lorosa's airtime on The Breakfast Club, after Lorosa was expected to only serve as a fill-in for the show while Jess left for maternity leave. Just last Tuesday, Jess would take to her social media platforms to air out her Breakfast Club team after she would have issues with Lorosa's segment becoming a part of the show. In her IG Live rant, Hilarious would take aim at all of her co-hosts for never standing up for her and hinted that some things were unclear to her in regards to Lorosa's involvement on the show. Now,
and that's another thing. I feel like her, speaking and maybe talking about her segment or something, that was one thing, but she was going deep talking about she didn't feel supported. She was talking about, that it was run like a high school. So she's talking about not only her coworkers, but she's talking about the management as well. And again, that's just not good for business. So I don't know what she thought was going to come of that.
As the story developed, listeners would find out that Lorosa actually serves as a producer on The Breakfast Club, making things a bit more layered when it comes to Hilarious's frustration, with many thinking that Jess was being set up to be replaced. As news began to circulate, Lorosa herself.
And I did feel that Jess was being set up to be replaced, but she made some comments which I thought it kind of showed a lack of maturity and experience. And I'm going to say in the corporate sector, even though this is entertainment, it's still a corporate environment. These jobs, they need to, like, we have laws in place for how they need to treat you, but I don't know where she felt like they needed to tell you what this person's role is and how, like, I get it. It's a nicety. If they do, they don't owe you that. Unfortunately, I mean, we all have had to fight those battles, but you have to have the emotional intelligence to understand that. And you don't go pitching a fit when you feel like, oh, I didn't even know what her job, like, you know what your job is, you know, and I understand maybe you didn't appreciate what was happening, but then that's where you go to HR, or that's where you tighten up, but you don't go to to social media and just start bitching about it. No.
Will share her excitement on X. In a post, she would share a tweet back in 2018, which appeared to be her sharing her dream career that would be captioned, "How It Started." Live talk show host, lead role as a comedic actress who dabbles in drama on a bomb TV series, doing all this in my self-branded custom designer clothing line. Nothing major. And that post will be shared with a post from Essence announcing the news, captioned with "How It's Going." Given the timing of this latest news, some have now gone on to speculate that last week's tension may have been orchestrated. One user would write, "So all this drama last week was for this?" So that Breakfast Club drama was a rollout. And another would write, "That's what they want. Podcast wasn't planned in less than a week. They created the drama for you to check out the podcast." As far as Jess Hilarious's response to the latest news, as of the
I honestly don't think that it was I don't feel like they did the drama to roll out the podcast. I feel like maybe the podcast was like in the works, or there were talks about it, but once Jess went public with it, because it was somewhat, hey, Prince Charles, welcome to the chat, thank you for joining. Look, last time you came out fucked up, so let's see if I can keep it together tonight. And I did work on my laptop. I had to install some things, and so I was testing my IT skills, okay? But I feel like after she brought it to the public and she made such a spectacle about it, I mean, they were going to look bad if they fired her, you know, on the spot. But I guess they said, okay, since you want to play games, we'll show you. We're going to promote Loren Lorosa. Give her, like, this is even worse than what she came forward and told us. Now this girl has a segment and her own damn show. That's crazy. Oh, thanks, Prince Charles. Thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, I mean, shit, they done took it up a notch, right? You guys were arguing about her being on the show, having a segment. Now she got her own show. Come on. This is even worse. This is worse.
This writing, she has not commented on her social pages about Loren's newest show. But if you listen closely on Lorosa's announcement on the Breakfast Club, Jess Hilarious can be heard saying congrats.
Joining us because we launch on the 31st. March 31st is the first episode drop.
Okay.
Everywhere you listen to podcasts, and on YouTube, Loren Lorosa TV, you'll see some visuals. So we'll be switching it out for the girls. Okay.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Now, if you didn't know, Jess currently has her own show on iHeart.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Y'all know that congrats was hard. I mean, she had no choice but to congratulate her, because if she did, she's gonna look like a hater. But you know, after the way she went public and went postal last week and nuclear, you know she was, I mean, I ain't gonna say she's not happy for it, but you know she kind of pissed, because she knows that the games that they're playing, they are gaslighting Jess. They are.
And Charlamagne the God's Black Effect, as well, called Carefully Reckless, where it covers weekly topics mixed in with her commentary. As far as Charlamagne, he would go on to reshare a post about Loren's new show from her page on his IG story with the Destiny's Child song So Good. Fans of the Breakfast Club and Loren would go on to congratulate her in her comment section upon sharing more news of the announcement. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. Do you think last week's beef was orchestrated? And does this validate Jess's concerns that she would initially express online? And for more news in comedy, culture, sports, and more, be sure to subscribe here to YouTube and go ahead and follow Hype Plus across all social media. Plus, if you enjoyed this story, you can always send us a super thanks by hitting the button below, and you can tip us what you want to show your support. Reporting live from Hyper Clubhouse in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm John Abba.
So you guys, so I don't think what happened last week was just like orchestrated to get ratings for the new podcast. I don't, because the way she talked about how the show was run, saying it was ran like high school, talking about she didn't feel supported. She brought up Angela Yee. Angela Yee has some issues with them. Remember, Angela Yee was saying it was a toxic environment. So why would you bring up things that really were bad to further prove things that were said about the team and the Breakfast Club and how they managed it? So that doesn't make sense to me. But I see some new people came in, so I'm going to go back and play what she shared about her new position.
31st. It is a daily entertainment news and trending podcast. I want to take a listen to the trailer so y'all can understand what I'm about to be giving.
Oh, y'all got a trailer already?
Period. Celebrity drama. Drew Sidora, they're giving us the vibes as if she's dating Portia's ex.
Oh my God.
Check. Music, movies, and viral moments. Gabrielle Union came out and said that she was doing 50-50 with Dwayne Wade. I have that audio just in case you didn't remember, so let's listen to that. Check. Exclusives. Come on, y'all. Y'all know I got that over here. The show with all the hot takes. Zero filter. Welcome to The Latest with Loren Lorosa. I'm Loren Lorosa, and I'm going to be bringing you guys where pop culture meets personalities. And over here, baby, we are doing all the things. Give me my tens, because we're going to have a good time.
Come on.
So it's a daily podcast.
Daily. Yep. Monday through Friday, you'll be getting bite-sized news, exclusives. And people are probably like, well, you do that at the Breakfast Club. So what's about to happen now? So this is
More details.
More extension. There will be stories that I'll talk about on the podcast that we might not talk about in the room.
Might not get to.
Yeah, you'll get to know me a little bit better. And every now and then I'll bring on a friend or two, bonus episodes. Like it's going to be a good vibe. So
what wig you wearing?
Well,
I did ask that question.
No, he did.
For the cover.
He asked for the cover. He said,
cover.
wig. Yeah.
What wig was it?
I don't know. I ain't seen it.
The bob is in my my show art. You know, the bob is not a wig. But Mahogany Brown, who I'm wearing right now, she'll make some appearances. And then we have some other girls that'll be joining us because we launch on the 31st. March 31st is the first episode drop.
Okay.
Everywhere you listen to podcasts, and on YouTube, Loren Lorosa TV, you'll see some visuals. So we'll be switching it out for the girls. Okay.
Congrats.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that is The Latest with Loren.
Essence just broke a story that The Latest with Loren.
Okay, so you can see right there. I mean, Jess did say congratulations. So, you know, I mean, she didn't have a choice, right? I mean, she had to. But so there we have it. After all that ish, kicking and screaming, you done got the woman another position. They done, elevated her, leveled her up, just trying to make you look bad. That's how I feel about it. They really just trying to do a public humiliation ritual on Jess for opening her mouth. She should have kept it behind the scenes. But y'all know my channel was supposed to be about celebrity scandals. And, scandals tend to sometimes have happened in the past. Like, right now, the biggest scandal going on is this Diddy stuff. And, other stuff that's coming up and, like these arrests with Big U and stuff. But I like the more salacious ones, So Law and Crime Network, they have a new channel where they're supposed to be doing scandals. So tonight we're going to look at one of the first ones. Well, they did two. They did one on Kanye West and they also did one on Diddy. The one on Diddy is pretty long and I kind of went through it. It's a little bit boring. So I think I need to kind of look at it a little more. But tonight, let's go and check out this video. It's a scandal because y'all know Kanye West has been going off the rails on everybody. He done called Beyonce and Jay-Z's kids the R word. He done talked about the Tyga and just a bunch of other artists saying they ain't no good. And he has pretty much just slammed everybody, right? And so now he's coming for Kim Kardashian and he's saying that her and her mom, that they're ex-traffickers. Y'all know what, certain things we can't see on YouTube. So now here's the thing. While I think that it's a bit much for him to say something like that, I wouldn't necessarily, I don't know to what extent he's talking about trafficking. But what I will say is that given their history and the fact that her mother negotiated, for her video to be put out there, the one with Ray J, that's a little weird to me. That's a little trafficking to me, right? So I don't know exactly what he's saying, but I feel like he's been entrenched in that environment enough with all of those people that they do some stuff that I think they do something. So anyway, we're gonna listen to this video and hear, and talk about what Kanye is saying about Kim Kardashian. I believe there's some elements of truth to a lot of this stuff that Kanye is crazy. Now, the other thing, Kanye done pissed everybody off and now ran his ass back to Japan, because Kanye he released some music and I listened to his song Bully. I like the music. It's not bad. I hate that I like it because it's like, Kanye, you so crazy. You acting a damn fool, but your music and your art is pretty decent. But anyway, let's get into this video. Now, I wonder if I know that that's his that she's his ex-wife, but I wonder if she could sue him for defamation or will she just blow it off? Because they're saying that Beyonce and Jay-Z that they're thinking about taking legal action since he made those comments about the twins. And it's crazy he's calling her out because Kanye, you wanted her so bad. Remember, Kim was like the next thing, the best thing. He thought he acted like she was a demigod, pretty much back in the day. He worshipped the ground she walked on. She's adorable. Now I haven't seen this video, so I need to go back and look at it. But so that's crazy. Like he put her, he put North on a song with Diddy, which he wasn't supposed to do it. He had agreed in the mediation that he would not produce, he wouldn't play it or release it publicly, and he did. So how is he complaining about anything? Now, I don't know about you guys. Maybe drop in the comments and let me know. I saw a little kid in the pajamas, didn't see anything inappropriate. I have seen kids in what I can deem inappropriate, but that one, I didn't see nothing wrong. I'm confused. I mean, I don't know if Kanye is in his head, but that didn't look like anything weird to me. It just didn't. Now, I have heard that. I mean, that's something in California that we hear that I know a few years ago it was rumored that if you wanted to escalate your career or fast track it, that you would need to produce like a tape or something, or a S tape, and then kind of try to pretend somebody leaked it. So I mean, it sounds feasible, because that's what Kim did. I don't know if Black China, she had a tape, but I think Rob Kardashian tried to release it or do P revenge and stuff. But yeah, I mean, that is a formula I've heard. Okay, so let's talk about the situation with the custody. If you're California, I don't know any other states, and I say California because I was subject to the custody situation. First of all, if the other parent has a birthday party, you are not entitled to go. If it's on their time, they do the party. It's the law states that it's their time when you have the child. If it's not, you don't have them on their birthday, then you can. I think they alternate years. Then you can have a party on your time. So, and then when he talks about he doesn't have the rights to raise his children, the way he was ranting with talking about the Nazis and all of those anti-Semitic comments, that is further going to be fodder for the courts to prevent him from being with his children. He is going to get supervised custody. That's what I'm projecting. Exactly, whatever that means, because what? But the fact that Kanye would think that it's okay to have his minor daughter in the presence in about or around these people that have been arrested for child and inappropriate behavior is crazy. That is the first thing that the judge can look at. You have my kid around felons, or and Kanye, please. Now this man must really be smoking something if he think they're gonna give him, first of all, full custody. That is so rare. The mother has to damn near be crazy. That's not gonna happen, Kanye. He's delusional. The school. He's clearly not listening to his attorneys because they would tell him all of those public tirades and rants are definitely going to be considered by the judge when it comes to the safety of your children when they're with you, Kanye. So Matthew Knowles also came forward and talked about it and said that Kanye is going to get his karma for talking about his grandkids. But what I think he was really saying is that we're going to make sure you pay for this. I mean, the Carters, the Knowles are very well connected in the entertainment industry. He's going to pay for that comment. They're going to do something. Now, since Kanye published that audio of him talking to Diddy, allegedly Diddy has come forward and said that he did not authorize Kanye to be publishing that personal call. He had no clue that it was being recorded and that it was going to be something that Kanye was going to release publicly. And allegedly, he has been giving support to Kim Kardashian, telling her to stay strong and kind of like turning his back on Kanye, Diddy. So I just don't understand all this mess here. It's just crazy. Now, see, that's weird. Okay, so this is interesting because I thought the whole issue was just this from a perspective of a mother and wanting to protect her child's image, not being, on a in the environment or around people that are accused of trafficking or such egregious things. That was her perspective. But please don't tell me this lady is just mad because it's about a trademark like that. What? This is interesting. Now, I did not know this. What? Yeah, I'm interested to know if he's going to say that. Well, that if Kim can file defamation. Wow. Yeah. He's crazy. Yeah, that's true. That is so crazy. Like, girl, who cares about the copyright? You shouldn't want your kids around these nuts. You shouldn't want your daughter to be on no record with no person in prison or jail. Like, who cares about the damn copyright? I wouldn't even care about that. It would be like, I don't want her name affiliated, associated, nada, nada, nada. It's not a good look for a teenage girl. Who would But the thing is that, and y'all know I know my custody stuff because I'm in California and I went through it. Um, but he agreed in the mediation that he would not publish the song. So once you tell the court you're not going to do something, then you're in violation. But he is right. Legally, he has just as much say as Kim, but he doesn't have the physical custody. Yeah, that part. Yeah, that looks kind of bad that he keeps having his daughter, that he's claiming she's the trafficker. However, you are the one putting her in the environment of people that have been convicted or arrested or are in custody for. Come on, Kanye. Make it make sense. Right. that was interesting that I just found out is that whenever, so I was saying that if he keeps acting an ass like he's doing, he's going to probably have supervised visitation. But I was reading something, and generally speaking, well, he's been in Tokyo for, ever. He's usually out of the country. But usually when the kids are around him, they have the nannies and their security. So it's not like he's literally along with the kids for the most part. So I thought that was interesting. There's always somebody escorting the kids when they're with him. Hey, Michael, welcome to the chat. No, I mean, I agree with you. I think Jess was being a baby and probably shouldn't have taken that to the public. But Loren has a new job. I don't know if you saw the beginning of the video, but Loren has a new gig. She's still gonna be on the Breakfast Club, but she's getting her own, I guess, her own show, and she's gonna be featuring like pop culture, a more expanded, a podcast. So kind of makes Jess look kind of bad. So yeah, Loren, I think Jess kind of shot herself in the foot. Like, you don't be ranting like that publicly and stuff. That's an HR issue. Now you making the company look bad. You talk bad about the management. Like, I feel like, and they gave Loren Lorosa this position, or this new pop culture thing, Charlemagne and iHeartMedia. And it's almost like, to me, they're publicly humiliating Jess. Like, we ain't gonna fire you, but we gonna make you feel like a fool. Michael says, tell her not to get preggo. And you know what, Michael? I hate to say it because I have to agree with you on that one. I know a lot of women get mad, but I've been there. That's the thing. Women, we know, once you are in the workplace, that's a disadvantage we have when we have children. I mean, it shouldn't be, but let's face reality. I don't know what kind of safeguards or protections she could have done, but it sounds like her job was still there, but this new girl came in and just kind of outshined her. And that's the risk that you run. They didn't, because I think in California, your job is safe up to so many months or something, then they can let you go. But they didn't fire her. They kept the job, but this new person came in and became a fan favorite. What do you say about that? Michael says she just started. Yeah, that was all of that was just crazy. Like, you don't start a job, and like, I'm old school. Like, some of these new people, the younger generation, they will take a job. Back in my day when we got a job, you could not be sick for 90 days. You had a 90-day probation period. But these kids now, they'll get a job and work like 3 days and be like, oh, I'm going to Hawaii for a week. It's like, what? We couldn't do none of that. This is unheard of. You start a job and you somewhere before the 90 days is up, you might as well leave, because that's the probationary period. But I guess things have changed. And yeah, she did pick the girl. Now here's the key on that one. I feel like since she picked her, maybe she picked her not thinking that she was gonna do so good. You know what I'm saying? It kind of backfired, because maybe she picked her thinking, I'm secure and you're not gonna upstage me, because that was a bad move. And that's another thing. You got to be careful. You just never know. I mean, Wendy Williams kind of went through it when she was getting sick, and Sherry Shepherd, remember when she was having all of those guest hosts and everything? They was talking about replacing her with people that was being guest hosts. So you know the game, Jess with the mess and all of that. Michael says these young ends. Yeah, man. I be shocked, and they act like. And again, I'm not knocking just women. I am a woman. We have to be out on maternity leave. We be trying to raise families. It's an unfair advantage. It is. Men don't have to go through this. Now men have paternity leave. What paternity? Yeah, now men get some of the same benefits, and they ain't dropped nothing, but they get this time off, right? But it's still not the same. I don't care. It's still not the same. Um, Michael says that's exactly what she did. Yeah, Jess screwed it up for herself. Loren came in, outclassed her, and just made her look like an ass. I'm sorry, that's what she did. Baby bonding, man. My dad back in the day, my daddy be laughing, talk about when did a ninja? Hell, ain't nobody giving nobody time off to do that, and it's a good thing because fathers there should be entitled. But I think women take a bigger hit because not only are you like your body is going through things, you have to take off to really, you know, nurture the kid, and then it's just hormonal. It's a unfair game. It is what it is, but you got to be strategic, and you don't get a job at that magnitude knowing that people are gunning for your seat and get pregnant and leave. Like, no, nobody's knocking the fact that you want to have a family, but everything is a strategy. I'm just sorry. Who the hell do you think you are? Seriously. Like, you get this job and then just months later you're out. Nah, it don't work that way. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna finish this video with. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, if she planned it, she didn't plan it well because it has backfired on her. I don't think her contract is going to be renewed. I mean, look at all the accolades they're giving Loren. Why do they need her? I'm just saying that's you got four six-figure salaries, and I think like high six-figure salaries. No, for what in this economy? You ain't got time for all of that. Diddy got bigger fish to fry. Do you know Diddy ain't pursuing this stuff? He's not. Now, let me say this clarification, Mr. Attorney. It wasn't a they were sued, it was a Jay Z. We don't, I mean, was Beyonce a named defendant in that case with the lady who was 13 at the time? I don't think so. So let's be clear here, sir. Since y'all attorneys want to be on the, on the up and up, not the they, Jay Z, Jigga. It would be a huge case, but it would also be uh it would also tell people keep my effing name out your mouth. So from that perspective, I could see Jay-Z and Beyonce doing that. Keep my kid's name out your effing mouth. I don't think. Now, I didn't look at it from that perspective. From everything that I've been reading, Jay Z and Beyonce, Matthew Knowles came forward and said Kanye would pay. So I felt like they're going to do something. But when they talk about the invasion of privacy and things that they may have to disclose to fight this case, maybe it's not even worth it. I mean, maybe really it's not worth it. But Michael, think about it. If the kids are, first of all, is it a true statement? I mean, they're just, I get the suit part, the lawsuit, but what if there is some truth to that? I mean, I don't know the R word. We don't use that word anymore, but I mean, because and the bar and the standard of suing celebrities is higher, right, than a regular citizen. And just the fact that, like they said, it would be so much publicity. I mean, they're just going to be things that could possibly come out that Jay-Z and Beyonce don't want. And Kanye goes off the rails. They could be saying, so what year did you start working with Jay-Z? And he gonna be like, oh well, we had a threesome with such. He gonna say some stuff. It's probably best to just let him be, let it blow. Um, in response to Michael, he says, I feel like if he was going to say some egregious things, he would have said it already. He does anything for attention. I, I don't put nothing past him because he just keeps moving the needle. I listen to his music. I don't know if you heard his new songs, and the music is great. But I agree with you. Keep the kids out of it. You BAN. Exactly. Like, why are you talking about the kids? I mean, and you wouldn't want somebody talking about your kids. It's just not a fair fight. And then especially because, people there are allegations that the twins do have some developmental issues. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's something that people have put out there. So the fact that he's friends with them And for him to be coming forward saying stuff like that, because I'm sure at some point he's been around their kids, I would imagine. I could be wrong, but just the fact that they worked together, he knows, like they were part of the same inner circle. So for him to put comments out there like that about their kids, I'm sure that that's hurtful, pissed. But is it really worth going against Kanye? He gonna fly his ass back to Japan anyway, miss court hearings because he's already missed some for the cases that he's involved in. It's probably not even worth the public, well, I'm gonna say humiliation, because he's gonna come out with some ish. He done already called Jay-Z, don't bring your hitters after me. Like, he gonna say some stuff. Jay-Z is already in enough hot water. I mean, we know that the cases have been dismissed and stuff, but he probably just don't need that kind of heat. Jay-Z got business affairs. He trying to get that 20 million back that he lost allegedly with all this Busby stuff going on. So Kanye, and it's hurtful and as pissed as you are as a parent about somebody talking about your kids, it's probably not worth the legal component, but God, I bet you he gonna pay in another way. You know how they say gas, grass, or nobody rides for free. I might not get you in court, baby, but I'm gonna get you on the backside. I bet you Jay-Z is going to be using everything that he can to ensure that he's blacklisted. That's what they're saying. That Beyonce's dad, Matthew Knowles, is just talking about he's going to pay, and I feel like they're gonna pull their resources and make sure that they shut him down business-wise, his music and things like that, in his pocket where it really hurts. So probably not the lawsuit, probably too much. F that money, I'm right. And Mike, I agree with you. I would be riding for mine too, but there's more than one way to skin a cat though. Like, okay, because Jay-Z is from the streets. It's like, I don't need to take it to the judge on this one. I'm gonna make Ninja, because we got to be careful, and I'll try not to use the N-word and stuff. But listen, in my opinion, it's not going to go away just because he doesn't take it in a corporate legal perspective. Don't mean he not going to put his foot up in his. He going to make him pay. I don't see it going away. This to face exactly. It's like you're not getting away with it. And I don't even know if it's going to be physical. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like Jay-Z, the way he rolled, they say that he's unalive people, but that's a whole nother story. But I'm going to say Kanye better be careful that he don't end up like Wendy Williams. If Jay-Z has his ability to do some of the ish that he wants to do to him, he going to make sure you behind some damn bars, or he going to humiliate you to some degree in a very, strategic way. And I did a video, and they won't monetize it because I did a video about Kanye West and Jay-Z, and I put that song where he said, "Quit effing with me, R.I.P." And he said something like, "I'll die and come back and unalive you again." You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's his mentality. I done told y'all 9, 10 times, quit effing with me. I done told y'all, okay, I'm so for real. I'm for real. Like, I love that song because it just, that's kind of, in the corporate, in the office, you have to play like, oh, but in your mind, and these people be coming at you, it's like, I done told you, I'm gonna get your, you know what I'm saying? I got you, but professionally and strategically. Kanye I know he is. You talking about what? Lucifer. Wait a minute. That Jay-Z song? Come on, don't tell me that now. Oh, don't scare me. I gotta go look it up now because I ain't never. If you talking about that song that I'm talking about, or is that the name of the song? I forget the name of the song. Okay, Michael, you scare me. The song. Hold on, let me see. Now you got me trying to look this up myself. Okay. Is the song titled? Please don't tell me, because I'm not trying to quote no Lucifer. I didn't think that's the name of the song because I did put it in my video. Well, I put a clip of it, and YouTube was like, "No, ma'am, you're not monetizing that." Sometimes they'll let you share the ad revenue, but on that one, no. Let me see. I'm trying to look it up. I'll probably have to look it up when I'm off of here. Let me see. Oh, maybe you're right. What? No, Michael. I don't think that's it. No, that's not it. It says RIP. But anyway, y'all, I've been over here for about an hour now. I'm by the window, and yes, the airplanes. That's crazy you say that, because today I was going to sit out in my backyard and watch the airplanes land, because you could see them coming and going from into Oakland and San Francisco. But anyway, y'all, have a good night. Please hit that like button on your way in or on your way out, and I'll see you on the next video. And Michael, thank you for coming tonight. I always love talking to you. All right, you have a good one. Bye.